Welcome to the AI for Career Success video overview by Curt Robbins, where we help you get smarter than your competition. The analysis in this overview is drawn from an article titled Constitutional AI and Nomotic AI Full Governance Lifecycle, which was authored by AI strategist Chris Hood and published on LinkedIn.
In our discussion today, we're going to examine the landscape of AI governance. We'll begin with the central challenge that the industry is facing. From there, we'll explore two key solutions, constitutional and nomotic AI. We will then analyze the core distinction between them, explain why both are necessary, and finally, illustrate how they integrate to form a complete governance framework. This quote really frames our entire discussion. It suggests that the goal isn't to choose one approach over the other. Rather, it's about understanding that for AI to be truly trustworthy, it requires both an internal moral compass and an external set of rules to guide it. So let's address the core issue. As AI systems become exponentially more capable, a significant question emerges, one that I think is on the minds of many professionals. How do we ensure these powerful systems operate responsibly and predictably once they are deployed in the real world? Now, you might hear these terms and think they're just two different labels for the same concept of AI safety, but they are not interchangeable, and understanding their distinct roles is critically important for anyone involved in building, deploying, or managing AI systems today. All right, let's start at the foundation. How does one go about building an AI that has, for lack of a better term, a conscience? The answer lies in an approach known as constitutional AI. Think about it this way. You wouldn't just hand a person a rule book and expect them to become a responsible individual. You would also try to instill a core set of values, a foundational sense of right and wrong. This is the essential idea behind constitutional AI, which was developed by Anthropic. It provides the AI model itself with a set of principles to learn from and internalize. The process for achieving this is quite methodical. It happens in two main stages. The first is a self-critique phase, where the model evaluates its own responses against its constitution and makes revisions. This is followed by a preference learning phase, where it compares different outputs and learns to select the one that better aligns with its core principles. So, the key takeaway here is that constitutional AI is about shaping the model's inherent character from the inside out. This happens before deployment. These principles become an integral, inseparable part of the model's architecture. And because of that, they are fixed and cannot be altered at runtime without retraining the entire model. But what happens after that well-behaved AI is deployed and begins to operate in a dynamic environment? That is precisely where the second layer of governance becomes necessary, nomotic AI. The term nomotic derives from the Greek word nomos, meaning law. And that's exactly what it is, a framework of rules that governs an AI's actions in real time. For example, an AI's constitution might give it a general disposition towards fairness, but nomotic AI provides the explicit rule, like, do not approve any financial transfer above a specific threshold without human authorization. And herein lies the fundamental contrast. While constitutional AI establishes a static foundation pre-deployment, nomotic AI provides a dynamic and adaptable framework for real-world operation. It can be updated with new rules, it understands context, and crucially, it creates a transparent audit trail, ensuring that every decision can be traced back to a point of human responsibility. This brings us to the most critical part of our analysis. The distinction between these two concepts can be distilled into a very simple yet powerful idea. If you remember one thing from this overview, it should be this: the difference between what an AI is and what an AI does. Let's be very clear. Constitutional AI shapes the model's internal character, its fundamental nature. Nomotic AI, on the other hand, governs the system's external actions and specific behaviors. It is the difference between having sound principles and adhering to the law. A responsible entity needs both, and the same logic applies to AI. This table provides a very clear visual summary. On the left, constitutional AI is applied during training to shape character with fixed principles. On the right, nomotic AI operates at runtime to govern actions using dynamic rules. This really illustrates the two complementary sides of the AI governance coin. Now that we've clearly differentiated between the two, a logical question arises. Do we truly require both? The answer, unequivocally, is yes. And in this next section, we'll explore exactly why their relationship is symbiotic. A common impulse is to ask, well, which approach is superior? Should we prioritize building AI with an innate character, or should we focus more on creating robust external controls to govern its behavior? But as it turns out, this is the wrong question. It's akin to asking what's more important for a society, moral education or a functional legal system. The truth is, they are not mutually exclusive. They are mutually reinforcing. Good character provides a foundation, but it does not eliminate the need for specific laws. The same holds true for AI. This slide illustrates the limitations of relying on constitutional AI alone. Because its principles are fixed, it cannot adapt to new regulations or evolving business rules. It governs a single model, not a complex system of interacting agents. It lacks specific contextual authority, and it doesn't provide the auditable decision trail required for accountability. This is precisely the gap that Nomotic AI is designed to fill. So, let's synthesize these ideas and construct a complete picture of AI governance. We can now see how these two concepts work in concert to create a system that is not only powerful, but also verifiably trustworthy throughout its entire lifecycle. Here is a very effective metaphor for their relationship. Constitutional AI sets the floor for behavior, establishing a baseline of helpful and harmless conduct. Nomotic AI then provides the walls and the ceiling, defining the specific operational boundaries and constraints for any given context. So, the ultimate takeaway is this. Building trustworthy AI is not about a single solution. It requires a dual strategy. First, we shape the models with constitutional AI to incline them toward beneficial behavior. Second, we govern the deployed systems with nometic AI to manage them effectively in complex, dynamic environments. It's about shaping what the AI is and governing what the AI does. Thank you for watching. This is where we teach you AI and help you get smarter than your competition. If you like these videos, please subscribe to the AI for Career Success YouTube channel. We also ask that you like, comment, and share to help us reach a wider audience. And if you found this valuable, please use the QR code to buy us a coffee.